Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped, and welcome to this week's Midweek 180. I'm in Dublin. Welcome to my hotel room. Sorry I haven't got some amazing Dublin cityscape behind me, but there's basically just another building through the window and I haven't got time to go out and about. I'm away working for a couple of days in Dublin and I had to bring you my Midweek 180. If you've not seen one of these before, this is my midweek update where I bring you my news, views and information about upcoming reviews, all filmed in one take. Now, a quick shout about Friday just gone. I postponed the upload of my Friday video, or the release of my Friday video, in respect to the passing of Queen Elizabeth. So that video will be coming out this Friday, but some lovely messages of support. Thank you very much for that. But it wasn't until after I'd done that I realised that that is the first Friday upload I've missed since I started YouTube nearly 7 years ago. Would you believe it? I haven't missed a single Friday in nearly 7 years. So that is the ultimate mark of respect, I think. But the video will be coming this Friday. But I'm going to start my timer, 180 seconds, bound to overrun because there is loads to talk about. I need to put my glasses on so I can read my bit of paper. Let's get cracking with this week's Midweek 180. Okay, leader of the pack last week was Ben Higginson. Congratulations, mate. Joined in the Magnificent Seven by Paul Mead, Francois G, Leanne Jackson, Malcolm Brew, Jimmy the Hutt and Rod Matheson. So whoever puts the first comment this week, you'll be my leader of the pack next week, and the first 7 comments will be in my Magnificent Seven. Where are you and what you're doing? Well, that was Scott Butler, who was on holiday in Spain, watching the Midweek 180 on the balcony whilst waiting for the bathroom to be free so we could go in and have a shower. So I hope you had a nice holiday, mate. But wherever you are right now and whatever you're doing, put it in the comments below and I'll give you a shout out next week. Last week's question was what your automotive bucket list would be. There were some brilliant suggestions. I think there's lots of kind of dream cars you want to go in. I did like the going flat out on a rally stage in a WRC or Group B car. I think I'd quite like that one too. This week's question, do you have an app on your phone for your car? And if so, do you use it? I've got the Mach-E at the moment, and last week I used the app on my phone quite a bit, especially when it was charging, but I had one for my Mini Clubman and I never really used it very much. I'd love to know, what do you think of the app? Is it any good? Is it worth the time? This week's F1 from the Italian Grand Prix was a bit dull, I'm afraid. It was very processional. Obviously, Max won. Pretty much can win from anywhere these days. I thought it was going to spice up a bit when the safety car came out, but it didn't in the end, and they ended up finishing under the safety car. But I just wanted to talk about Nick de Vries, who, brilliant race, first time in a Formula 1 car, so Formula 1 debut, scored points for Williams, which was amazing, outscored Nicholas Latifi, who's been driving the car all season. But when he got back into Parc Fermé, he literally had to come on the radio and say, can you help me out the car, guys? I can't move my arms. It destroyed him, and he's a professional racing driver, and he's been racing in Formula E. It just goes to show how hard it is driving a modern-day Formula 1 car. And I've been go-karting at the weekend and kind of had a bit of sympathy because at the end of 20 minutes at Daytona, my arms were killing me. But I did come third. Very pleased with that. 2 new cars to briefly talk about this week. The new Pagani Utopia. So the third car from Pagani after the Zonda and the Huayra. And it's a sensational looking thing, but the thing I love about it the most is it's proper analogue old school. It is a manual, 7-speed manual with a V12 producing 860 horsepower. I mean, come on. Unfortunately, they're only making 99 of them and they're £2.2 million, but that's a stunning looking car. And then also we've got some details released this week of the new Ferrari SUV. Now, I'd love to know how we say it. I thought it was Purosangue, or is it Purosangue? Any Italians out there, please let me know. But a 6.5 litre V12 powering a 4-door SUV, 725 horsepower with an 8-speed DCT gearbox. I think now all the camos come off it. It looks like a stunning looking car. I saw them driving around Maranello when I was there earlier this year. But it just looks like a really cool car. And I'd love to know... Oh, I've run out of time. I'd love to know if it's going to do... if an SUV for Ferrari is as successful as the SUV is for Porsche with the Cayenne, or for the Bentayga with Bentley, the Cullinan with Rolls-Royce, all of those markets like China who are SUV crazy, the luxury brands just literally can't. I know Bentley cannot make enough Bentaygas for those markets, and that's ultimately, I think, why Ferrari have done it. But it does look like an SUV with the driver in mind. I love the rear doors. They've got suicide doors at the back. The interior looks very cool. So it does look like a really cool bit of kit. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. I'm sure some of you will think that there's no place in the Ferrari lineup for an SUV, and others will think it's the coolest thing ever. But yeah, very interesting. Anyway, massively out of time. This Friday's video is the one that should have gone out last week. It's the Z-Cars Imp. 300 horsepower from a turbocharged Volvo engine in an Imp. It was just a sensational thing. I've got high hopes for this video. I hope it does really well. I've had some great feedback from Monday's video, if you haven't watched that, which was my first track day in my Porsche Lady P. Some really lovely feedback from that, but make sure you tune in on my next video on Friday at 6. But that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol Ped for plenty more content to come, and I'll see you on the next video, which is this Friday at 6 o'clock for the Z-Cars Imp. Now, one of the benefits about coming to Ireland, I haven't been here since before the pandemic, I used to come to Dublin a lot, is that this evening I can have a proper pint of Guinness, and I'm very, very looking forward to that. I got here so late last night, I just didn't feel like a beer at all, but tonight I'm going to go and have a couple of pints of Guinness, I think. Yum. Anyway, I'm off. I'll see you on the next film. Take care. Drive safe.